So I draw a tarot card at the beginning of the session, and then we do this live guided meditation together based upon the energies of that card. Today, I actually drew two cards because the first card that I drew was, and I'm keeping it, I'm going to show it to you, was the Eight of Pentacles. And this is from the White Newman Sacred Animal Tarot deck. I'll show that to you again because I think that it's a beautiful deck. And if you're interested in getting that, it's by Alba BG. The Eight of Pentacles. And right away, my sensation inside of me was, oh, I don't like that. And it was also one of fear, to be honest. Fear that's clearly in my system already. And then I opened up the little accompanying book that goes with the tarot deck, and I read what this card says, and I'll read it out for you right now. It says, Eight of Pentacles, a stranger hidden behind a ritual mask and armed with a primitive weapon sits beside the temple. Do they challenge us or they call to us? Either path will require great work and will present equally great rewards. So the only thing I really like about that is the last sentence, which is that either path will produce great rewards and require great work. I'm not one that's afraid of great work. In fact, I feel like we're always playing in our work, but the great rewards is the only thing that brings a little bit of relief from this card, because otherwise this card is mirroring some energies in our collective right now where there is a lot of persecution occurring based upon religion, based upon beliefs, based upon some people believing that they have a right to exist and other people believing that they do not have a right to exist. And so that's been playing on me, that's been playing on the collective. That's something that's coming up definitely for all of us to look at, for all of us to be challenged by, for all of us to be invited to looking into and making choices in. It's just one of the cycles that humanity goes through. We're going through it again now and are being called to make decisions. I did draw another card though, because my intention for this particular meditation today was that of healing through feeling. And healing what will depend upon what you're feeling, but there is a requirement for the feeling for the healing. So if you're not going to want to feel your feelings, or if you're going to avoid them or run away from them or fear them, then you are not going to have the benefits of that rewards that was talked about in this Pentacles card. I'm not even going to put this card up. This is something we're aware of. We're aware that there's this challenge. We're aware that there's this potential for violence in each of us. But the second card that I drew was that of strength. Now, this is the card that we're going to call into in this particular meditation today, the one of strength, because it does require a deep strength to allow yourself to feel your feelings. It requires a deep strength, or at least a belief in having strength that allows you to feel your feelings. And so this card, if you go and you look at the little guidebook that comes with this tarot deck, talks about seeing the thing that you thought was against you as part of you, which again is very much in alignment with Vagrein's teachings, with the things that I teach. So I'll read this one out for you. The keywords are compassion, courage, and self-control. And the blurb that goes with it says, she embraced the beasts. She embraced the beast, being a much sought reconciliation. Gentle regret lingers on her face that this moment has been coming so long. A well-earned path of experience and self-knowledge has led to now, when what seemed other, fear, distrusted is now familiar and welcomed. Only through compassion and acceptance can these primal elements be recognized as truly part of the self. These primal elements that we today, and I'll put this behind us, are going to call into the self are our feelings, are our emotional guidance. And with that, because everyone else can join in as they come along, we will begin to tune into meditation, into allowing ourselves to feel whatever comes up, and through meditation, sit with those feelings and sit with the energy that comes up. And if you have an emotional response during this meditation, I want you to allow it. Of course, take care of yourself. If it comes too much, then take a step away from this meditation if you need to. Don't obviously compromise your mental health, but if you're able to feel in your body the emotions and allow yourself to just process whatever is being asked to be processed in this now. Being human means you're always in a state of sensation or feeling. And so at any given point in time, there is something big or small that wants to be let go of within your system. So this entire meditation is going to be about the letting go and allowing of feelings to come through. So when you're ready, I want you to tune into yourself and close your eyes gently. And we'll take 3 deep breaths to come into our body space and let everything else go. So breathe in and out. Now we'll breathe in and out. Again, in and out. So now calmly in your seat, feeling your body, I'd like you to focus on the color of the inside of your eyelids. See if it's changing. If you see anything within that space. Could be any color at all, navy blue, brown, yellow, white. Just observe that space. Be curious about it. I'm asking you to use your physical eyes to see this color. So if any visions come to you or thoughts, just for the moment, defer your focus from those to simply the color that your eyeballs can see inside your eyelids, your closed eyelids. Observe your breath while you're observing this color. And know that you in this now moment are safe. You're safe to sit in meditation. You're safe to hear my voice. You're safe to observe this color and your thoughts. And you're safe to relax and let everything before this moment go. Right now, there's nothing you need that you've picked up along your way. You can put it all down and just be. You in your meditation are in your temple, no matter where you are. in your own private connection with whatever you think creates universes. You're in your own private relationship with that energy. And this can be expressed and felt whenever you like, whether you're in an empty forest or sitting on a packed bus. Like a snail, you take your temple with you. Your home is always with you. This peace is always with you. And I know that for some of you, there'll be some agitation now, or some fear, or some emotion that seems to be sitting just outside your relaxed, peaceful state of consciousness that you're accessing now, whether that be a consistently accessed energy or just sporadically. For some of you, there'll be an energy that you can sense that's just outside, threatening that peace. Could it be a sorrow or a disappointment, an anger, a resentment? Something that you're pushing away or trying to make sure doesn't get in. I want you to allow yourself to feel the resistance to that emotion, to that thought. Just the resistance for now. And how much you want to hold on to the resistance. That's the whole point of resistance. It's the holding on, it's the making sure, it's the checks and the measures. And I'm not asking you to let go of the resistance. But just to, while you're inside your temple, while you're inside this quiet space of meditation together in this safe space, to feel the resistance. Feel where it's tight in your body, in your energetic body. And with your focus and attention, go to that area. And just be with it. Breathe with it. It's nothing you have to do. And as you feel this resistance to allowing any other emotion into your peaceful space or any other thought into your peaceful space, simply ask yourself if being with it releases it a little bit. And what else comes up? Focusing on the resistance at some point becomes complicated or uncomfortable. You can focus on the color behind your eyelids again, or your breath. But if you can imagine your resistance as a bodyguard at the door of your peaceful temple, can you look over its shoulder and see what's outside? What is it you're not allowing yourself to feel? Don't have to define it. Don't have to understand it. Have clarity about it. But what's beyond the resistance? And ask yourself, how much, how safe do I feel in my temple right now? The resistance is keeping you safe in some ways. How much of what's beyond it would you like to let in today? Is it 10%? Is it 1%? When you've determined how much you would like to let in today, to let go of today, to see no longer as a threat outside your door, ask your resistance to allow just that amount in, no more, no less, just that amount that you're choosing because you are strong and because you are sovereign to feel. Don't have to feel it all. To be 1% or 0.1%. And allow that amount in to your peaceful temple. Allow yourself to feel that 1% of the thing you're afraid to feel. If that feels okay and your resistance is calm, can you let in a little bit more of the feeling? Let it in to merge with your peace, to be diluted by it. Can you hold the feeling you are resisting and your peace in your heart at the same time? Even if it's not the entire feeling, you're in control, you're safe. And there's no rush. Can you hold an awareness of the peace within you, the resistance at the door, the amount of the feeling that you've let in, and the knowledge of the rest of the energy that wants to pass through? And can you sense that all of this is in perfect balance? If you're having a physical response to emotion, whether it's wanting to shift in your seat or tears, you can choose if you'll allow that. It's safe to allow it, but you can choose. And if at first you let 1%, then 5% in, of whatever feeling is there outside waiting for you, see if you can let a tiny bit more. And watch it transmute into a knowing that even when you're feeling something, all is well. Now I want you to check back in with yourself, check with the resistance and see if that has softened its stance. See if the energy that was waiting for you feels less aggressive. And check in with that peaceful center. See if that's doing okay. You're safe to let anything be transmuted in your knowing that all is well. And your mechanism to keeping the energies that you don't want to feel right now from interfering with your day-to-day activities is also correct. Because you can choose when to do this work. You're safe to be in your center and to choose to feel anything that's lingering. A little bit at a time. So now come right back into the center of your beingness and allow that centered energy to expand, to encompass your entire body, so that you are solid in the knowing of yourself, the knowing of your sovereignty, the knowing of your strength. That nothing can come into your experience or shake your peace without your invitation, that you have mechanisms to invite in exactly the amount that you are able to handle at any given time. You can strengthen your ability to use those mechanisms to benefit from them. Just because the energies outside of your peace feel chaotic doesn't mean that you have to allow them to cause chaos within you. And take 3 deep breaths now. Breathe in. Breathe out, letting go of anything that remains from this feeling state, knowing you are safe and that feeling does not need to bother you anymore. Breathe in. And a deep sigh of relief that you've done as much work as you need to do today to be in a better, healthier state of mind. Breathe in. And breathe out with a sense of pride that you are constantly improving your life, making yourself happier, healthier, and more vital so you can be in service to all. And just enjoy the sensation. Being here now and in community with everyone else who is here in this now or has shared in this meditation. And slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes and come back to your body. And feel free to open your eyes gently. Hello, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that meditation. I hope it felt good for you. These are quite, call it, improvised meditations. They're obviously inspired by whatever's coming through at the time that I'm creating them. I don't plan them in advance. And this one was particularly beautiful for the imagery that I saw of a gatekeeper, a warrior, a guard at the door to our beautiful, internal, peaceful kingdom. And such respect for that. You know, resistance gets such a bad rep. We're constantly being told to let go of resistance. And the reason I think why that's so scary is because letting go of resistance can feel like us letting go of all of our defenses to things that we truly do believe would harm us if they were allowed their way. This meditation, this visualization is a nice way to get to know those energies that you've been resisting in a way that is not so overwhelming, in a way that's more comfortable to you, just by letting in it. And to me, that felt wonderful. And I didn't get much further than about 8 of what is waiting outside the door for me beyond my resistance. We all have it. It doesn't matter if you are an intellectual. It doesn't matter if you have access to non-physical energy like Vagrein. It doesn't matter if you've been studying spirituality for 15, 20, 50 years. We all have our emotional guidance system. We all have our human experience. We all have our own unique ways of perceiving of the world and our own conditioning and framing of the world that will constantly bring emotions into our field of experiencing. And I'm not one for spiritual bypassing of emotions. I'm one for spiritual integration of emotions. And that is a direction that will have you look at and you know what, I will show him again. Every one of these guys that's waiting outside the gate, right? But, you get this guy to come in and maybe put down his, what is it? Is it an axe? I don't even know what that object is called, and take off his mask. And all of the energies are ultimately benevolent invitations showing us something. I would also say that the external reality manifests based upon our beliefs on the internal reality. And we are in a collective state of fear, a collective state of renouncing our sovereignty or believing that it's been taken from us. But if everything is you, then who could possibly have taken your sovereignty? No one. And I don't think that battles can be fought in the external world and solved and won. I believe that the battles that are fought in the external world are already manifest, and they do have their energies that have to play out. But that when we're being shown something in the external world that is playing out, we're being invited, much like the Eight of Pentacles, back to remembering that this work needs to be done on the inside. So with that, I will leave you all with a lovely Monday. It's been a great week.